Next, I'm coming in here to get this main harness, and it's held on by a bolt, and then there's a couple other things that branch off of it here. We'll go through all these things as we take them off. It comes here to the main harness that goes to the fuse box, and then it goes the other direction and it follows in front of the radiator, and it goes to the other side where it plugs into a couple things. So to get the fuse box out of the way, you take a screwdriver and you pry the tabs away from it, and you can lift the whole fuse box out as soon as these tabs are depressed. So you see, you push them like this to get them away on each side, and there's one on this side as well. Just pry those tabs away from the fuse box and it lifts right out. And so now coming over here to this side, the ABS harness comes out like this. You pull that plug out, and that disconnects it pretty well. And there's other things to disconnect too on that side. And here you just follow it along, and it does have a couple plastic push pins that hold it in place. And I was trying to get those out, but it just broke right off, so no big deal. And you can zip tie that in or do other things. Now there's a couple grounds. This is a ground. They have the green bolts on them, and so both sides, the driver's side here has two of them, and you take those out, and that's part of the harness there that's connected, so it's all run together. And so there's a couple of circular plugs here. I know one's a ground for the ECU, and there's a couple circle plugs that need to come apart here. And then of course the harness also goes through and connects to the washer jar, the windshield washer fluid container here. And I've had to replace one of these before because somebody converted it into a methanol injection kit. But then you take a bolt to get the main harness out of here, and just unbolting it gets it off. You don't have to pull on any clips or anything. It looked that way, but it just unbolts and the whole harness comes out like that. So very nice. And then there's a couple plugs here on the side, probably to the washer fluid jar, I think, and ABS, and the power, the brake lines and things. But anyway, these just unplug. You just have to pull on them and pull them apart like this. You depress the pin on each of those, and then they're held in with those little Christmas tree push pins, and I try to pull them straight out and get them out. Sometimes they just stay in there and then the harness comes free from them, but sometimes they're hard to get to, and so I just pull them right out. But then there's the electrical for, I believe, the fog lights and headlights, and the horn here. So I'll do a close-up on the horn as well, but just getting all this harness out of the way. But it's all connected, it's all one piece, and it's going to come through the side of the fender there in that big opening. So no, the fuse box doesn't come through there. You pull the harness through the other way. So here's how the horns just kind of slide off of those little pegs, and then the harness comes right through. So you just work it through. Be careful not to break anything or cut anything, because it is kind of sharp metal, but I mean, it's not too bad. But anyway, so pulled the whole harness through, and there was one more connector, and then that was it. So that's just unplug that, and now the whole harness is free. And so that got that all the way out without cutting anything or ruining anything, and so I was happy to get this.